Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Monster Videos. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the PvP monster, guys. Take a look at this beast right here. We're going to be reviewing him up to rank 5, level 150. I want to thank Social Point for giving me the cells and resources that's needed to review this monster for you guys, so huge thanks to them. But you can obtain this monster right now on PvP just by doing PvP battles. Once you win them, you get these tier eggs, and you have to open those up in order to get cells or to receive cells for this mythic monster. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up, and we got one slot open. That's what he looks like in his baby form. Okay, so I hope you guys are excited for today's video. If you are, drop like and also subscribe to the channel with notifications on, guys. All right, he turns into a actual beast. Bunch of leaves. All right. interesting. Okay, all right, so that right there is 845. And so his ultimate, it is called Green Inferno. It deals massive nature damage to all enemies, gains as much life as damage done, applies bleed and poison to all enemies. It looks like an attacker type of ultimate. Is he an attacker? We don't know yet. Okay, we don't know yet. Abomination gives immunity to possession, corruption, nightmares, and bleed. One of the best traits to have. At rank 0, you have that. You have access to that. That's really good. Harden at rank 1. Alright, so all status effects have a 20% less accuracy against it. And then at rank 3, you have Status Caster Damage Mirror 100%. Interesting. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this beast to level 100, and I'm going to show you guys the stats, and let's just see if it's good or not. Okay, so you have 8,272 strength. Okay, that's a decent amount of strength to have. 96,512. Interesting. So he has the highest life stat in the game compared to the other corrupted mythic monsters, or any other monsters in general. And then speed, you have 6,160 speed. Looks like he is pretty slow. His speed, it is tied with Oliphanetic, Ruchaw, and Boronot. Yeah, so those three monsters. So it is the slowest monster in the game, unfortunately. His speed is tied with those three monsters, but it has the highest life stat in the game with 96,512. But anyways, let's see what we have here. So this one deals moderate nature damage to all enemies, applies bleed to all enemies, applies vulnerable to itself. And then you have Extinction Spores. Apparently to moderate dark damage to all enemies, gains as much life as damage dealt, and applies poison to all enemies. You're reducing the enemy's power by 20%, and also you're dealing damage every turn with the poison. So this skill is one of the must-haves, so definitely pick it up. And then let's see what else we have here. We have a hostile adaptation, which is just a damage mirror, 100% damage mirror, and life regen to itself. So do you want this? Let's see what else we got. Enraging Spores, which is just a taunt to itself, but then you have the advantage skill right here, which is applies taunt and increase healing. Let's see what else we have. Deals low dark damage to one enemy, gains as much life as damage dealt. This is a spammable skill, so it requires no cooldown and 0 stamina cost. This one right here is a low nature damage to one enemy, applies poison to one enemy. Here's the thing. If you want to go with one of these two skills, maybe you can go with this one right here. Let me see here. So you already have 2 dark skills, and then you have a nature skill. You can go with another nature skill if you want to, but I think I'm gonna go with the one that seals life. It's kind of like that one mythic monster. You guys remember Muchi? It's kind of like him. That skill that he had. But you can go with like a taunt, increase healing, or the 100% damage mirror with the regen or something like that. You can't go with that, but here's the thing. I'm going to be running this monster fully as an attacker, okay? So you can run him fully as an attacker, or if you want to go with one of these like taunt skills or something like that, then I do recommend maybe giving in 1 life rune or something like that. But, you know, I'm just going to go with full attack. I'm going to go with full attack. I'm going to be running this monster with a tank like Bombetta or something that can cleanse, because after you apply the vulnerable, you want to cleanse that because the enemy will take advantage of that, okay? So you gotta watch out from that. Now for the runes, guys, I recommend giving in 2 strength rune and 1 speed. You can go with triple strength, although that won't really work out well since this monster is super slow. But I'm going with 2 strength and 1 speed. Once again, you can do 2 speed and 1 strength, that works well too, but I don't recommend triple strength even if you're going to be running it as an attacker like I am, because this monster is super slow, so you need some type of speed there. And then if you're going to be running it with a tank, which I recommend doing it, especially like Bombetta that can cleanse this monster's vulnerable, then yes, pair it up with pair it up with Bombetta so you can cleanse the vulnerable later on with the Warming Light skill. Now, here's the thing. I got it to rank 1, but for the Obscure talents, here's what I recommend giving before I get into the relics. Obscure talent, guys, since this monster has an Essence slot and you can give an Euro SN, you can go with Soul Drag. Okay, Soul Drag is a good option. You can go with that. You can also go ahead and give this monster Unrelenting Assault. So if you have Unrelenting Assault, go ahead and give it. But if you're gonna get it only up to like maybe rank 3 or something, I'd say Unrelenting Assault works best. If it's anything below that too, Unrelenting Assault works best. But then later on to like rank 4 or 5, you can go with Soul Drag because of the damage. If you're only gonna get this monster like rank 1 or level 100 or level 120 or something like that, Soul Drag won't be able to deal much once this monster dies. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But I do love his relic slots. His relic slots are pretty good. You can go ahead and give in a Laser Beam sword. You can give in a what's it called? Cane sword. One of those 2 swords you can go with. Now for the essence, you can go with Ural Essence. Ural Essence works best. You can also, for example, do Flamear's Essence. So if you have that, you can also do that. But I'm going to just give a Ural Essence there. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this monster to rank 3. For those of you that are going to get it to rank 3, I'm going to showcase it in battle. Before I do so, here are the stats. So you get about 13,818 power, 8,582 speed, 178,010 life. And with this, with the runes combined, this is what you get all together. So I'm gonna go ahead and battle my alt account here with this team right here that I set up. So I have Chuckle Muggle protecting me from basically any damage except like from fire. And then I also have cleanse skills with her and many others. So Chuckle would be a nice option. You also have Bombetta that will, you know, just heal you, and also much more. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and apply the fire protection just like that. And even like, let's say Masher ends up using let's say the extra turn right over to this monster. I know anticipation kicks in, but it's alright. I'm just gonna go ahead and give in damage boost there. Alright, so look, Tesla Kuiper can't really do anything. So if he ends up using this, 0 damage because of the fire protection and stuff like that. So you'll only be able to take damage from fire elements. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and charge up on this monster twice. And so here I can go ahead and, for example, use my AoE skill here, right? Take a look at this. This one that steals life and also applies poison deals quite a lot of damage. And this one right here applies vulnerable to himself. So here's the thing, you use this, I know it applies vulnerable, but you have UA, right? Hopefully there are no anticipation. If there is anticipation, then you can make some plays with Chuckle Muckle by applying the fire, the pyrophobic shield, which applies the what's called the shields. Let me go ahead and use this. Yeah, which applies the shield and it will protect you, but not from fire skills. So just like that, we took him down. And now look at this. The dark skills that I'm running here. Look how much damage it's dealing to these earth monsters. So literally against any earth monsters, you can literally destroy them with this mythic monster. So pretty good against earth monsters. Here's the thing though, you're like, what about dark monsters? Well, you have one or more, what's it called, nature element skill, so you can just use those, you know what I mean? If you do face any dark monsters, you don't even have to use the dark skill, so you could just go with the nature ones. So it helps out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it to rank 5. So the only thing that changes is the stats. Okay, it's the stats only thing that changes. But here we go, rank 5. Here are the stats. You get about 19,552 power, 10,640 speed, pretty slow. 270,640 life, the most life that you could have. So altogether it's like over 300k life. But I'm gonna use the same exact team, right? But on my alt account, I'm going to be using a different team. So I'm going to be doing the Tabora and what's it called, Arbat trick. Now, let's say you do end up facing something like this. I'm just going to go ahead and charge up here. So she can just go ahead and use her, my favorite trick, for example. Gets rid of that. And then Arbat hits me with, like, let's say, forget your mind or forget your tricks, right? So there you go. TDA. right? Just like that. So I'm hit with TDA, so the only thing that I could use is this. Remember, this is a spammable skill. So you can go ahead and use this. When UA kicks in, you also steal life from the enemy too once you deal damage. So you gain as much life as possible. And then you can go ahead and use the skill again. Now it's pretty good against Olafanatic. This monster is pretty good against Olafanatic. But on my other team, I don't, or on my other account, I don't have Olafanatic ranked up and stuff like that, so that's why. But here you can go ahead and use this skill right here, and this will definitely destroy them this time. So watch this. Give me an extra turn. I'm gonna go ahead and eliminate Tabora. Tabora's gonna come back, although I could have eliminated this other one too, but it's all right. We're gonna go on a charge up. I'm hit with TDA on all monsters, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply this stamina, not stamina regen, but the life regen with the damage boost. Keep in mind, I have that spammable skill, so that's why I like running that spammable skill. It's because it's pretty good. Now I can go ahead and use my favorite trick and get rid of that, but hey, they're super weak, so it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. So if I wanted to go with the Fury of the Desert and apply the Blind and Quicksand, take a look at this. I can just go ahead and use this. There we go. I steal life from the enemy too, gaining basically as much life as damage health. So now I'm back to 100% life. And here, I guess I'll just do this for fun. And so she can just use ancient runes or something like that, more tortures or days just to reduce the accuracy. But if you are going to be running what's it called, this monster, and let's say it's not hit with TDA, you could have just used Bombing Light and gotten rid of every single one of those tortures. But since I'm running this monster in my team, I could just do Fairy Mouse, so I don't even need Bombetta's help. I could have just done that, and now we get rid of him just like that. Easy peasy. So just I mean, you don't even have to worry about like element disadvantage or stuff like that. So if you're facing a monster, you could just use your nature skills and stuff like that. And if you're facing Shelly, once again, nature skills. But if you're facing any nature monsters, you have dark skills to use. So that's really cool about him. The fact that he has more than one element, so he's not ever in a disadvantage. You know what I mean? So that's pretty good. I like that about him. Now, once again, you can go with Soul Drag if you like to, but I went with Arnold Sing Assault because I ran it as an attacker. I could have also done 2 speed and 1 strength. He could have still went ahead and gotten the job done, but the thing is, his strength isn't really the best. As you guys can see, I only have 57k with these level 9 runes at level 150, which isn't so good. So unfortunately, he is lacking a bit on strength, but his life is amazing. It's fantastic. It's literally the highest life in the game. And of course, he is the slowest monster as well, which kind of sucks. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this mythic monster. But that's going to be pretty much it for today's Monsters and Monster review. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, notifications on. I will soon do a review on the Corrupted Wicca monster, the one in the past, right? The free one. I'm going to be doing that very soon, so make sure you're subscribed and you have notifications on. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.